Hi everyone, Cherie Warwick here, your election chair. As you could tell by the title of the video, it is called How Much Is This Going to Cost? And, I want to first of all say that I understand that some of us are really tapped, right? We are paying for Jarvis itself, we're paying for our crypto picks, plus we have other responsibilities, whether you have kids or um, parents that you're taking care of and all of that. So I get it. One of the things that I want to do is in this video is just kind of break down how you can afford it if you aren't able to stroke a check today. So first of all, today is January 26th when I'm recording this. We have, I'm going to say until March 15th to get $300. And I'm not saying that is the final number, but I'm saying that's a good conservative estimate, right? So, what is the $300 going to be used for? The investment club itself has to have good legal and IRS accounting advisors. We also want to set ourselves up because, as we've talked about, we're going to be a $15 billion value company. We also need to set up great systems for marketing and recruiting new members, and we just need to have operating capital for a year, right? So I think $300 per person is going to end up being a good conservative estimate of how much you're going to have to put up in order to join the club, in order to participate in the ICO, so that we can get all of that paperwork together. And when Charles and Lawrence and their teams are ready to meet with us, that we have our paperwork together. Okay, so by March 15th, a good conservative estimate is $300. Now, Charles said that in a private conversation I had with him that he thinks it's going to take about 6 months for the coin to be listed. So I'm going to give us 5 months, right? 5 months to get our money together. And I'm going to say a good conservative estimate for everyone is $2,000 to participate in the ICO. And before you freak out, let me take a step back and say, with this is an opportunity of a lifetime. And some of us are going to have to change our mindset from thinking that this is expensive to saying, how can I do this? We are not going to be victims in this. No matter how broke you are, we're going to move from victim to victorious, right? And I hope that you are with me with this. So, I first of all want to say Charles gave some advice about potentially selling some of your other crypto positions. I would advise against that for most people just because the whole point of investing is to buy and hold. We're supposed to be holding, right? So selling our positions unless there's a specific reason for you to sell that position in order to buy into this um, is not the basis of Dr. Boyce's teachings. Let's be clear, right? Okay. Also, borrowing from your 401k or getting a payday loan or doing something crazy like that is not the answer either. So, we all recognize that this is a bit of a stretch for some of us. Okay. But we also recognize, if you saw the previous video about how deals work, that this could be worth, two, $300,000 in the future for you and for your grandkids. So, and kids and grandkids, right? Okay. So then the question becomes, well, how do I get the $2,000? Okay. Even if we're looking at 2,300, we need to break it down to we've got 5 months, $500 per month. 5 months, $500 per month. If you're not in business already, sorry, if you are in business already, then asking yourself, how can you make an additional $500 in your business that you can bank and put into the slush fund specifically to participate in this ICO? If you're not in business already, I'm going to challenge you within the next 5 days of watching this to come up with an idea and start a business. Okay? Minimum $500 a month. I'm going to say aim for $1,000 a month because I always try to overdo what I need to do so that I can make sure I have reached the revenue goal that I have. Okay, great. How can I do it? Number one, if your family has a recipe, Big Mama's got her apple pie or her pies or her cakes or whatever, dust off the recipes, go into business, sell your pies, your cakes, your cookies at work, every member in church. I'm thinking now between now and June 1st, or let's say mid-June, think of all the activities that are coming up. You got Valentine's Day, you've got Mother's Day, graduations, um, maybe some retirement parties that are coming up, Father's Day, etc. I would set it up where I do not leave my house without order forms. And everybody who is I'm talking to, everyone that I'm associating with, you've got to tell 1,000 people. I know this sounds crazy. You got to tell 1,000 people through social media and on your job and in your church, etc. I just started this business. I would love it if you would support me. It's $20 for a cake, you know. And $20 is great because people can go to the ATM and get $20 if they don't want to use a credit card, right? If your Big Mama doesn't have a recipe, use somebody else's Big Mama's recipe. On Amazon, there are plenty of cookbooks from our ancestors, our grandmothers, right? That don't haven't sold like millions of copies, but you can take some of those recipes and do something good with it. Like make your $2,500 that you need in order to be part of the Jarvis ICO. Are you good with fixing stuff? Are you kind of like a handyman? You know how many people need their ceiling fans fixed or light fixtures changed or all sorts of stuff, carpets cleaned, etc. You don't have to buy the equipment, you can just lease it, right? But thinking about those types of things that you can do. Um, Organizing, helping people organize. So I knew this woman once, this was about a decade ago, I have to admit. She made $5,000 her first month in business. And I remember it was spring cleaning time. It was a spring, maybe March, right? And I said, how'd you make 5 grand? That's amazing. She said, I put flyers up around my neighborhood, and it was a middle class neighborhood, right? I put flyers up around my neighborhood and I let people know that they could have me for an entire day and I would come in and I would tackle one room with them or for them. And I said, oh, that sounds interesting. And she said, do you know the room that everybody wanted me to tackle? And I said, no. She said, the garage. People wanted help cleaning out their garages. So that's just another idea for you, something super simple. $5 worth of flyers made her $5,000 in the first month of business. Next is if you're really good at something, if you can provide some sort of information or consulting, start your YouTube channel, start promoting yourself, other types of social media, letting people know what you are good at and seeing if people would pay you for that information. Maybe it's time for you to finally write your ebook or something like that. Whatever it is that you need to do, consider yourself as hustling not only for $200,000 to $300,000 or more that you could receive in the future from being a part of this ICO, but also generational wealth. And I guarantee you, if you get your family together, or if, for example, I'm going to toss this out to Curtis Ramsey here. It's a challenge, Curtis. Okay. Have a Zoom meeting where everyone's going to get together. And if you're struggling trying to come up with an idea, create some sort of a mastermind where you're talking about, well, I do this and I can do this, but I'm not sure how to turn it into a business and things like that. And let the group help you figure out how you can raise your $2,500 because that's what you're going to need. So that is it for me. I hope this video was a blessing to you and hope you'll be a part of the club. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.